Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is Evergreen versus Tiffin Columbian. Better get ready for a brain battle beyond belief. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it gonna be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. Welcome to BGSU Brain Game, Evergreen versus Tiffin Columbian. Let's meet our teams. Going to start off with Evergreen. Tell us who you are.
I'm Jacob, a junior. To my left is Ben, a senior, and to my right is Lauren, a senior.
And who's your coach?
The William Michael Blanchong.
Welcome to Evergreen. Now, Tiffin Columbian. Tell us who you are.
Josh, senior. To my left, Ashley, sophomore, and to my right, Deacon, freshman.
All right, and you're coached by?
Samantha Lichtenberg.
All right, welcome to both of our teams. Going to start things off with our toss-up round. In this round, there are 10 questions. They're worth 10 points apiece, but no deduction for an incorrect answer. So you can be a little bit looser on your buzzers. You can confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Evergreen, Tiffin Columbian, are you ready? All right, let's start this round right now. Signed by 49 nations on September 8, 1951, this treaty brought World War II to an end and served to officially end Japan's status as an imperial power. Name this treaty. That would be Evergreen. Jacob.
Treaty of Paris.
Incorrect. Tiffin Columbian, would you like to steal? Josh.
Treaty of Versailles.
Incorrect. Treaty of San Francisco is what we were looking for there. George Washington fought a decisive victory over Hessian troops during the Revolutionary War. What do we call soldiers like the Hessians who fight? That would be Evergreen. Jacob.
Mercenaries.
They are mercenaries who fight for hire. In eukaryotes, this structure's subunits are larger than in prokaryotes. Identify this cellular organelle that synthesizes proteins. Tiffin Columbian. Josh.
Ribosome.
Ribosome is correct. In 1775, which inventor and multi-talented statesman was named by the Continental Congress as the first? That would be Evergreen. Jacob.
Franklin.
Franklin, yes, first Postmaster General of the United States. Name this Danish physicist who discovered that a magnetic field exists around each conductor. Evergreen. Ben.
Faraday.
Incorrect. Tiffin Columbian would like to steal. They're saying no. Oh, that would be Josh. He says yes.
Kepler.
Incorrect. Hans Christian Ørsted is what we were looking for there. Identify the two-word legal phrase that designates the isolation of an incarcerated individual from the rest of the prison. That would be Tiffin Columbian. Josh.
Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement, yes. His first and middle names are Jerome David, but in literary circles, he is better known by his initials. Who is this author of Catcher in the Rye? Evergreen. Jacob.
Salinger.
Yes, J.D. Salinger. Meaning way of the sacred power. This religion is Japan's earliest, and was based on respect for the forces of nature. That would be Evergreen. Jacob.
Taoism.
Incorrect. And on the worship of ancestors. Name this religion. Tiffin Columbian would you like to steal. Josh.
Shintoism.
Shintoism is what we were looking for, yes. What science term designates the partial shadow between regions of complete shadow? Evergreen. Ben.
Penumbra.
Penumbra, yes. Identify the African nation characterized by a desert with the same name that lies along the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. Its capital is Windhoek. That would be Evergreen. Ben.
Mali.
Incorrect. Tiffin Columbian, would you like to steal it? That would be Josh.
Nigeria.
Incorrect. Namibia is what we were looking for there. That is all 10 questions in the toss-up round. Let's take a look at our score. A very close competition indeed. Tiffin Columbian at 30 points, but Evergreen currently in the lead with 40 points. You're going to stick around. Our risk and reward round is coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Tiffin Columbian at 30. Evergreen currently in the lead with 40 points. Now, looks like we have some substitutions, so let's see who has joined our teams. Evergreen, who has joined your team?
To my right is Spencer. He's a senior.
Welcome to Spencer and Tiffin Columbian. Who are you?
I'm Leslie Daniel. I'm a senior.
All right, welcome to you. So this is our risk and reward round. There are 9 questions in this round. They're worth 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in. But here's the twist. We have a 10th question known as the risk and reward question. You can risk in 5-point increments up to 30 points on a question. We will give you the topic. If you get the answer right, you'll get what you risked. If you get it wrong, you're going to lose those points. All right, Tiffin Columbian, since you're at 30 points, you go to isolation first. Off to isolation you go. All right, Evergreen, are you ready for your risk and reward round?
Yes.
It starts right now. Jump in when you know the European city described. Home to the Christianisborg Palace, located on the eastern side of Zealand Island, and capital of Denmark. Jacob.
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen is correct. Jump in when you know the U.S. president described. Orphaned at age 9, made his fortune in mining, and served as the 31st president of the United States from 1929 to 1933. That would be Jacob.
Hoover.
Herbert Hoover is correct. In Ernest Hemingway's novel, For Whom the Bell Tolls, a young American named Robert Jordan finds himself behind enemy lines in the midst of a war. During which war is the book set? That would be Jacob.
Spanish Civil War.
It was indeed the Spanish Civil War. In addition to the Stamp Act and the Sugar Act, which other series of acts passed in 1767 laid additional taxes on glass, lead, paper, paint, and tea? That would be Ben.
Township Act.
Can we accept that? Yes, we can. What famous sequence of numbers is often found in naturally occurring repetitions, such as the spiral, the sunflower seed, and the pineapple? It begins 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Jacob.
Fibonacci.
Fibonacci sequence. That's just a fun word to say. Identify the American artist who created a series of paintings celebrating President Franklin D. Roosevelt's 4 freedoms and a popular magazine cover that depicted Rosie the Riveter. That would be Ben.
Johnson.
Incorrect. Norman Rockwell. From which city-state was Thucydides exiled when he failed to prevent the Spartans from capturing the city of Amphipolis during the Peloponnesian War? Ben.
Thermopylae.
Incorrect. Athens. Athens is what we needed there. Jack and his friends are hiking along the high, narrow, uppermost region of a mountain peak. What term that begins with the letter R identifies this formation? Time. We needed ridge there. Streams found in and underneath these ice masses often form ridges called eskers. Identify these structures most often located in the polar regions of Earth. Ben.
Glaciers.
Glaciers is correct. This is our risk and reward question. The topic is constitutional amendments. Evergreen, you can risk up to 30 points, 5-point increments.
Well, we'll do 30.
They're going to go 30 points, going big. Here's your question. Among the 27 U.S. constitutional amendments, which one prohibits the seizure of private property for public use without appropriate compensation?
Five. Yes.
Jacob,
The Fifth Amendment?
the Fifth Amendment is correct. 30 plus points for you. And Evergreen, that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It is now time for you to head off to isolation, right this way. Now let's bring back in Tiffin Columbian. Welcome back, Tiffin Columbian. Are you ready for your risk and reward round? All right, it starts right now. Jump in when you know the European city described, home to the Christianisborg Palace, located on the eastern side of Zealand Island, and capital of Denmark. Time, that'd be Copenhagen. Jump in when you know the U.S. president described. Orphaned at age 9, made his fortune in mining, and served as the 31st president of the United States from 1929 to 1933. That would be Ashley.
Hoover.
Hoover is correct. In Ernest Hemingway's novel For Whom the Bell Tolls, a young American named Robert Jordan finds himself behind enemy lines in the midst of a war. During which war is the book set? That would be Leslie.
World War I.
Incorrect. Spanish Civil War. In addition to the Stamp Act and the Sugar Act, which other series of acts passed in 1767 laid additional taxes on glass, lead, paper, paint, and tea? That would be Josh.
The Intolerable Acts.
Incorrect. The Townshend Acts is what we needed there. What famous sequence of numbers is often found in naturally occurring repetitions, such as the spiral, the sunflower seed, and the pineapple? It begins 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Leslie.
Fibonacci sequence.
The Fibonacci sequence. Identify the American artist who created a series of paintings celebrating President Franklin Delano Roosevelt's 4 freedoms and a popular magazine cover that depicted Rosie the Riveter. That would be Josh.
Time Magazine.
Close. It was the magazine, but Norman Rockwell was the artist that we needed. From which city-state was Thucydides exiled when he failed to prevent the Spartans from capturing the city of Amphipolis during the Peloponnesian War? Leslie.
Athens.
Athens is correct. Jack and his friends are hiking along the high, narrow, uppermost region of a mountain peak. What term that begins with the letter R identifies this formation? Time. That would be a ridge. That would be a ridge. Streams found in and underneath these ice masses often form ridges called eskers. Identify these structures most often located in the polar regions of Earth. That would be Leslie.
Glaciers.
They are indeed glaciers. This is the risk and reward question. The topic is constitutional amendments. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments, or you can pass on this question. Tiffin Columbian, how much would you like to risk?
No, I'm fine with 30.
Or pass?
30.
30 points, going big. All right. Constitutional amendments. Among the 27 U.S. constitutional amendments, which one prohibits the seizure of private property for public use without appropriate compensation? That would be Josh.
The 4th Amendment.
Incorrect. I'm sorry. It is the 5th Amendment. You will lose 30 points in this, and that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It's now time to bring back in Evergreen, and let's reveal our scores to both of our teams so they can see where they stand. Welcome back to Evergreen. It is now time to reveal our scores so our two teams know where they stand against each other. Tiffin Columbian, they went for the risk and reward question, went big, they went for 30, but unfortunately got it wrong, and they stand at 40 points. Evergreen, they also went big, 30 points on risk and reward, but got it right, and they stand at 130 points. The plot thickens in this episode, folks, but things can change very, very quickly in our next round because that is our category round where questions are worth up to 30 points apiece. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Tiffin Columbian at 40 points, Evergreen at 130 points. Tiffin Columbian looks like they made some substitutions and shuffled the deck a little bit. Tell us who our new players are.
I'm Kelsey. I'm a junior, and to my right is Alex. He's a sophomore.
All right, welcome to our new players, Tiffin Columbian, and our returning players, Evergreens, sticking with their lineup from the last round. All right, this is our category round. This is where the power shifts a little bit to you, our teams. There are 6 categories to choose from. On the board are questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points, but I will warn you, deductions start now. So if you go for 15, you can lose 15. You can confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question. Somewhere on our board is also our double or nothing question. It is exactly what it sounds like. You can get double the points with no risk at all. It's a freebie if you get it wrong. Okay, let's see. Tiffin Columbian, since you're at 40 points, you get to make the first selection.
Let's go with anatomy for 30.
Anatomy for 30. What is the scientific name for the shoulder blade? Ben, Evergreen.
The clavicle.
Incorrect. Tiffin Columbian would like to steal. That would be Kelsey.
The scapula.
The scapula is correct. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Let's go anatomy for 25.
Anatomy for 25. What is the scientific name for the collarbone? That would be Tiffin Columbian. Kelsey.
Clavicle.
That is the clavicle. Yes. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Anatomy for 20.
Anatomy for 20. What is the scientific name for the breastbone? Tiffin Columbian. Kelsey.
Sternum.
Sternum is correct. Tiffin Columbian takes the lead.
Anatomy for 15.
Anatomy for 15. What is the scientific name for the upper arm bone? That'd be Tiffin Columbian. Kelsey.
Humerus.
The humerus. There's nothing funny about that. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Anatomy for 10.
Anatomy for 10. What is the scientific name for the skull? That would be Evergreen. Jacob. Time. Tiffin Columbian would like to steal. That would be Leslie.
Cranium.
Cranium is what we're looking for there. Sweep there on there for Tiffin Columbian, still in control.
Let's go biology babies for 30.
Biology babies for 30 points. Name the baby name for the animal provided. What is a baby squirrel called? Evergreen. Jacob.
A pup.
Incorrect. Tiffin Columbian would like to steal. That would be Kelsey.
A kit.
Incorrect. A dray. A dray. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Biology babies for 20.
For 20?
Yes.
2-0. What is a baby toad called? Time. That'd be a tadpole. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Begins with G for 25.
Begins with G for 25. Answer these general questions whose answer begins with the letter G. In architecture, this term designates a triangular portion of a wall between the edges of intersecting roof pitches. By what name is this feature known that was featured by Nathaniel Hawthorne in a literary tale? That would be Tiffin Columbian. Kelsey.
Gable.
A gable is what we were looking for there. Yes, Tiffin Columbian in control.
Begins with G for 30.
Begins with G for 30 points. What collective term is used to designate one of the shells or spherical layers within the Earth, delimited above and below by discontinuities? That would be geosphere. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Biology babies 25.
Biology baby is 25. What is a baby goose called? Evergreen, Jacob.
Fledgling.
Incorrect. Tiffin Columbian would like to steal. That would be Kelsey.
Gosling.
A gosling is what we needed there. Yes, Tiffin Columbian in control.
Begins with G for 20.
Begins with G for 20 points. As one of the two most common intrusive igneous rock found, as one of the two most common intrusive, that would be Tiffin Columbian. Alex.
Granite.
Granite, yes. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Boats 20.
Boats for 20. Name these things that have to do with boats. What do we call the body of a boat? That would be Tiffin Columbian. Alex.
A hull.
A hull, yes. Tiffin Columbian in control.
Boats for 25.
Boats for 25 points. A metal fitting onto which a rope can be fastened. Evergreen, Spencer.
Rivet.
Incorrect. Tiffin Columbian would like to steal.
No.
They're saying no. We need a cleat. Cleat there. Tiffin Columbian in the driver's seat.
Biology babies 15.
Biology babies for 15. What is a baby elephant called? Evergreen, Jacob.
A calf.
A calf is correct. Evergreen takes control of the board.
Where is it? 30.
Sure.
Where is it? 30.
Where is it for 30 points? Name the U.S. state. In what state was the Comstock lode, one of the largest metal-yielding veins of gold and silver, located? Did they get in time? That would be Tiffin Columbian. Kelsey.
California.
Incorrect. Evergreen, would you like to steal? That would be Jacob.
Alaska.
Incorrect. Nevada. Evergreen in control.
Where is it?
So that is end of round. All right. Looks like our leader is Tiffin Columbian with 170 points. We never did find our double or nothing question. Stay tuned though. Our brainstorm round is coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Tiffin Columbian currently in the lead with 170 points. Evergreen, looks like you have some new substitutions. Who has joined your team?
To my left is Anderson, a senior, and to my right is Lauren, a senior.
All right, welcome. And who has rejoined Tiffin Columbian over there? Who's back?
To my left, Deacon's come back.
Welcome back to Deacon. All right, this is our brainstorm round. This is it. All questions, 20 points apiece. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You can confer before buzzing in, not after. No stealing. I repeat, no stealing in this round. Evergreen, Tiffin Columbian, the brainstorm round starts right now. In addition to an easel to hold the canvas, what piece of equipment does an artist use to commonly mix paints? That will be Tiffin Columbian. Kelsey.
Palette.
Palette, yes. Name the first English child born in colonial America. That would be Tiffin Columbian. Kelsey.
Virginia Dare.
Virginia Dare is correct. The painter Gauguin was inspired by the shapes and bright colors he saw all around him on this tropical island. Name it. Time. That would be Tahiti. This novel's last chapter begins with the memorable line, "Reader, I married him." Who was the bride? Jane Eyre is what we were looking for there. This instrument measures atmospheric pressure. Evergreen, Jacob.
Barometer.
Barometer is correct. What is the world's largest living lizard? Evergreen, Jacob.
So, Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon is correct. What is the capital of Canada? Evergreen, Jacob.
Ottawa.
Ottawa is correct. The sum of two numbers is 30. If one of the two numbers is twice the other, what are the, that would be Evergreen, Jacob.
20 and 10.
Correct. What is the capital of Australia? Tiffin Columbian, Alex.
Canberra.
Correct. This ancient civilization known as Babylonia was located in what current country? Tiffin Columbian, Kelsey.
Iran.
Incorrect, Iraq. In physics, what term is sometimes referred to as negative acceleration in the positive direction? Evergreen, Jacob.
Sorry, drag.
Incorrect, deceleration. What instrument would you use to measure your distance above sea level? Time altimeter is what we needed there. How many pecks are in a bushel? Time 4. What is the lightest element in the periodic table? Evergreen, Jacob.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is correct. What island nation is in the process of relocating its capital city because it is sinking into the sea? End of round. That was Indonesia. Let's take a look at our score. We have Evergreen with 75, and our winner with 210 points is Tiffin Columbian. Let's give both these teams a round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's meet in the middle, shake hands, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.